Washed Up Media all fucking day. New England Metal and Hardcore Fest. We're here with the dudes in Trap Band. Really excited for this one. Guys, first of all, my first question, how's life?
I like life right now. We had some good practice time, good hang time. These are some of my best friends.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty cool right now.
It's better when we're together.
It is.
Nice. Yeah, definitely got to have that family vibe going. Now there are a couple people that haven't heard you guys. You guys get it, not fans, but for the people that haven't heard you guys, explain like why you guys stick with like the extreme genre.
Musically, there's a certain element to a band keeping a certain idea with this band. And I want to stick. There's a certain like core element that will always be stuck with, whether the song is rock based or a grindy song or a more punk song. It always at its core has to have a certain element of like just like devastating. I don't care like whatever the beat is, whatever the feel of the song. It always has to have that. So.
Now you guys are a small band, obviously. How is that? A lot of people don't really participate in such a small band, and you guys have a huge sound with such few people. Like, how do you make it work that way?
I didn't notice that. That's a cool thing because it's the same. Like his drumming sounds like he's got this huge drum kit and he's playing on a nice simple punk setup. And it's just me and a bunch of amps. And, what was the question though? I just like your comment.
How do you manage? How do you have a big sound with such a small
lots of a few amps, a bunch of speakers, a really loud, hard-hitting drummer, great singer.
I've seen 5-piece bands that don't do half of that.
Well, I think it comes from like
we're also
getting
cheap.
a little bit older and seeing many years of extensive stuff, especially from around this area. Like there were a lot of bands in the 90s where like the kid learns to play drums, his dad buys him 50 pieces, and he sets it up and uses only 4 of them. And it's like it's not about presentation; it's about how you want to come across.
It's also like a punk root too, rock and roll roots. I mean, playing more aggressively. I mean, not knocking any other kind of extreme music, but it's a little less delicate the way we go about it.
Right. It's also being like a one guitar band. I try to make sure that the riffs, none of them are weak sounding, so they never will sound. There's never be a riff that just sounds like empty that you need 2 guitars for. I always think about that when I'm writing. So.
Right. To translate, the albums, to make it appealing to the live crowd. A lot of bands leave that out. A lot of bands forget to convey the same thing, and things tend to sound weak. I think you guys do a great job of avoiding that whole thing. Like you guys definitely sound huge without all of the extra stuff. Now you guys been around since 01, I think, together. 02 maybe.
We did we did a demo in 01, and then kind of sat on it for a while. We probably, I'd say, kind of technically, I'd say 2006 we recorded the debut album. So I guess technically, 2001. But like when we said let's do this and had more of an idea of what the band would really be, let's say 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
New album, Darker Handcraft. What do you guys love about it? Because it's a sick record. It's
I love it. It's a primer for something else to come.
I mean, I think it's just the end result of a lot of hard work and a sense of accomplishment. And it's not like the previous records didn't have that. I think it's just, you want to keep making what you do better, but everything gelled well, and then in the end, even while we were going, oh, this is working out really well, to hear a final product and have no part of it that you question afterwards, that you're like, we should have done this different. That's a pretty awesome thing to have in something like this for us, like it's a little accomplishment in the world, but for our world, which is this band, it's a nice achievement to have that sense of
it's just sort of all the records before it. It's like kind of the best pieces of all of it coming to a point of like from writing standpoint that's like everything that I would always hope the band would be, which is going to make the next record a little bit more challenging because that's why it's kind of like sitting on it, waiting to be excited again, getting newer ideas for the next one. But yeah.
Now, Prosthetic Records. How they treating you guys? You know, like great list of bands. You know, you guys fall into a great category. That's pretty unique on the bill. You know, is you guys got any favorites? You know that you're able to share the label with or anything like that?
I mean, they're treating us cool. We put out the record we wanted to put out. We did the packaging we wanted to do. I mean, Skeleton Witch are our friends. We toured them a bunch of times. They're pretty cool guys. Actually, they're recording with Kurt right now.
Drawing a complete blank.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't know the roster at the moment. I know when we signed,
I feel like I'm
some different
forgetting.
stuff.
I know.
Labels make changes all the time, and it's hard to keep up with who's on the label now and who isn't, especially with the state of the record, recording industry. It's like who's jumped from one label to another and moving around. You know,
I mean, they're no longer around, but Book of Black Earth was a good band on that label. I thought they were very smart about what they did. You know, I mean, I think, you know, we aren't one of those bands that like signed with a label and then we're kind of like intertwined forever. You know, like we did it and they have their part of working with our record and we have our part of working with our record. And there was never like this sense of we needed to like, you know, turn into the Brady Bunch. We're all doing everything like together. Like
It's one of those labels that's so vast.
Yeah.
It's just.
Good sense of individuality, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
there's so much different stuff on there.
There's like shredders, like Marty Friedman.
Yeah,
there's
Friedman,
like
right?
Skeleton Witch and Trapped. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't remember the other stuff. Well, they do. You know, they do a bunch of Norwegian black metal that they distribute. That is good stuff. I like.
Well, speaking of that side of the world, I mean, you guys did tour with Rotten Sound from Finland. You had that one?
Went over with them twice.
Yeah.
A few European tours.
You got Extreme Noise Terror. You guys did a bunch of stuff with them, right?
Yeah.
And the always legendary Napalm Death. You know, you guys got to be fans. How is that? That's like
that was a dream tour. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Those guys are great. Barney is one of the best people ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, getting to tour with bands that you've had respect for years, and then having them like want you to go on tour with them, and getting to know them as people, and then watching full sets every night, can't really complain about that.
Yeah.
You know, those are the type of things that you can remember if you live till you're 80. You'd be like, you know, that was really fucking great. There may have been some really interesting bad shows, but who cares? You know?
Those are two good ones, right? Now, you guys spoke of the newer stuff, past Darker Handcraft. When it comes to the writing process, like, being that you guys are a small band, do you tend to bounce ideas back and forth? You know, being the guitar player, do you write a lot of it, or do you help in? Do you help out? Do you guys, you say you share a lot of the load with each other?
You guys answer this because I
Depends on the song, really.
I mean, I write all the guitar riffs.
Right.
Chris writes riffs on drums. It's not like other drummers that come in and play 1-2 beats. So it goes it has to start from somewhere. You know, be like, here's the riffs, here's my ideas, and then we get together in a room and hack out the structure of the songs, and then sometimes we'll have a drum fill or a part that changes the riff a little bit, and we modify it, and then Ryan will hear it and he'll put it, he'll think about ways he's gonna put vocals in, and he'll be like, what if this part was a little bit longer? And then we go to the studio and Kurt might have a cool idea. That's about the order that it works, honestly. Something like that.
Right. So back to the whole New England Metal and Hardcore Fest. How is this for you guys? You know, are you loving it? Are you hating it? You know, pretty much any sense of opinion in that matter.
You know, a lot of our friends are playing today. Scott Lee has been nothing but great to us for many years. Been supportive long before we were known. You know, just a cool guy. So yeah, it's easy to say yes to it.
Cool. Anything else? You know, anything you're looking forward to? You know, next coming days and bands. You know?
Looking forward to playing.
Yeah, looking forward to playing.
I don't have to shit my pants while I play. I'm pretty stoked.
We're gonna do a few more little shows here and there throughout the summer. That we're gonna be announcing those pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to.
Just stay on the lookout for that one, because we got a lot of good things coming, right? But thanks, guys. Really appreciate the interview. It's been awesome. If you guys don't know Trap Them, check them out. If you do know them, make sure you got the new record. And shouts to Prosthetic Records for letting us do this. And for those of you that saw New England Metal and Hardcore Fest, I'm sure you'll be able to talk about this within the next coming days. But check us out, Washed Up Media, Instagram, Twitter, same stuff. Like us on Facebook. And again, check these guys out. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.